Even though I don't think people mean for it to be that way, it's just hard for it not to be that way. I never felt like racially discriminated against, but there's definitely, I mean, certain people just like work differently, and you definitely feel some tension. So I've been in Raleigh, North Carolina my whole life, but both my parents were born in India. On any like tests or whenever people ask me, I identify as Indian. So when I came, I was definitely sure I wanted to rush, and during the rush process, there were definitely some fraternities which seemed a little less open to diversity, which pushed me to lean to rush more at select few fraternities. At a lot of fraternities, it feels like they're obviously predominantly white, so it feels like for someone who's not, you have to kind of prove another layer of acceptance when you're meeting people. So that feeling at a lot of them definitely swayed me away from them.
I grew up in Winston-Salem. For the majority of my life, I spent a couple years in Iran, which is where my family's originally from. I guess I come from a pretty non-religious family. We're pretty open-minded. Well, most of my friends were members of fraternities or were either planning on rushing, so it was kind of like not really a choice for me. I just assumed I would do it. But I definitely was prepared to come here and like have my mind changed. It wasn't necessarily a set thing like I had to join a fraternity. Like, it's no secret that fraternities lack diversity, but for me, race has not been a factor. I think like the people I met and the attitudes I encountered, they were in general open-minded. I mean, there were no problems with my race, but it was pretty obvious that the fraternity system as a whole lacks diversity, and that's no secret. So what I will say is that I think like it is a good thing if more minorities like me sort of join, like make a point to join organizations that are historically all white, just because that is like one of the things that will spark diversity. That's like the only way in which I see my race like having played any sort of part in it.